You're doing jazz hands now.
Hello, good evening, and welcome eventually to Mutant Year Zero. This is Garbleg Games, and I'm Ben. We are suffering from gratuitous technical problems this evening, and I don't just mean having to work with Lewis and Aldoon.
We're all going to die.
Unfortunately, the intern, young Master Nye, is... Yeah, that's what we call him. He's the Garbleg intern. He's struggling with some ropey internet issues, so we've had to...
He was free.
Yeah.
Still too expensive.
So we're back for the second session of This Grey Unpleasant Land, our Mutant Year Zero post-apocalyptic role-playing game set in London after the end of the world. Now, if you remember from previous episodes, episode and a half,
we know exactly what we're doing.
We know what we're doing. We're totally down with what we're doing. We're doing a giveaway. That's what we're doing. We're doing a wonderful giveaway. The Free League core rulebook of your choice. And you can specify which one it is that you want if you win. And to win that, you need to go to last week's YouTube video. So the YouTube video for episode 1 of Mutant Year Zero, This Grey Unpleasant Land. Like and comment with your favorite line from a post-apocalyptic movie. We've got 11 entries already, and we're going to be announcing the winner next week. Although I'm still not sure about the one from Guncatter thingy, Equilibrium. I still say that's a dystopia rather than a post-apocalyptic. But, you know, it's under discussion. So that's the thing. You can win the Free League core rulebook of your choice just by going to our week 1 video, liking and quoting your favorite post-apocalyptic movie of choice line from there. Bonus points if you can get something to do with London or these guys into your quote.
Or pooing carts.
Yes. The central plot MacGuffin from last week. So, Lewis, you can tell us what happened last week since you were so integral to all of it.
Yeah.
Well, I had a fantastic idea to turn some spare... What was it? A giant mutated boar?
It was giant mutated pig.
Yeah.
That we happened upon into fertilizer. Unfortunately, I cut my wrists, then I fell over, then eventually I killed myself on the giant mutated crocodile. I'm sure the rest did something as well. But,
there were a few other bits in between.
Yeah.
Not really. No.
There was Roding Valley riding the mutant pig backwards and forwards and shouting at Mornington Crescent to do something about it.
Which I did. I killed it.
There was Mornington Crescent going the wrong way twice.
No, that was part of the plan. I was given the wrong directions. It was not my fault.
Lemmy, the water seller in the bus stop.
Also, someone other than me jumped into the mouth of a crocodile.
Yes, that's true. Nye gracefully, Roding Valley, gracefully leapt into the crocodile's mouth in an attempt to ride it.
Valiantly fed himself to the lizard to try and save our bold companion, Tooting Broadway. Sadly, it was too late for Tooting by that point.
Who doused himself in meat juice.
No, Tooting Broadway didn't die until after that happened.
Yeah, it was already too late, though.
It was already too late.
It was already going that way.
Sealed. But in the end, the survivors, Mornington Crescent and Roding Valley, were able to find...
And barking. Don't forget barking.
Don't forget barking the dog. No. What were they able to find, Alden?
Glowing cockroaches.
Yes, but that wasn't what they were looking for.
No. A dead policeman.
Yes.
A single bullet.
Yes.
A clip of bullets.
Yeah, but the glowing
They
cockroaches.
didn't take the clip of bullets because they had icky cockroaches on them.
I'm going near that. Oh, and some seed grain.
Oh, and some seed grain, the thing you went out for in the first place.
Yes. We also got some hog flesh and a big pile of poo.
Hog flesh and a big pile of poo. And then you've headed back to the...
We limped.
Painfully
back to the Ark.
Now, you were met with sadness and some loss because it was disappointing that not all of you returned. And as it turned out, in your absence, not everybody in the Ark survived either. There is a mechanic in Mutant Year Zero called Body Count.
Ooh.
And it tells you how many people die each session in the Ark that you care for. And going forward, now that I remember this, I will get you guys to make the roll so that you can feel a little bit more responsible for the horror.
I don't feel responsible for any of
We
this
weren't
horror.
there, so
No.
it's definitely not.
No.
I
People
already died.
in the Ark from hunger, starvation, and sickness while you were gone. However, on your return, Mexico was very impressed with the seed grain and immediately set about on his project to start growing some food. So do either of you want to make a roll to speed that up? You can make either an endure roll or a know the zone roll.
Oh, go on.
I
My
have
know the zone
neither of
rose
those
goes
with
so
my new
well.
character.
And then your successes count towards the project being completed.
Oh, Jesus. And if
Go
I
on, Morning.
fail?
We'll blink 9.
Okay. Okay, that's all right then. I don't want to person.
Lewis, do you have endure or know the zone?
I have neither of those.
Best not to roll.
No, probably not. I have know the zone. I don't think I get my bonuses on this, do I?
You've got a map, so that gives you a 1 gear bonus to know
Oh,
the
okay.
zone.
Yes, my lovely, lovely map. Okay, I've pushed the button and I
Ooh,
don't want to look.
at that.
Oh,
4
hello.
successes.
Wow.
You do a spectacular job of helping
Yes,
to
of course
get the
I do.
fields up and ready. They reckon it'll be ready in half the time now,
I do a lot
nearly,
of standing and pointing.
from you having done that. I've just done a thumbs up to Pete, who's on a different screen and muted, without me actually realizing that I was also doing that to everyone else who was watching as well, because I have the technical proficiency of a newt.
Newts don't have thumbs, though.
Yeah, they do, little newty ones. Nayad confirmed this for me as a fellow
but he's
biologist.
not here.
Yeah,
Ha 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 ha.
mutant newts will definitely have thumbs.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
mutant
they're
newts.
called mutants.
There we go. Someone was going there.
Yeah.
Pete has leapt in.
Nye, what's happened to you?
Oh. Yay.
Laziness.
Yeah.
It's all right. We'll just kill you later.
Barking. Barkington is the best character you can.
Yeah, Barking stays alive.
Yeah, 100% survival rate. I'll have you know it's a noble role.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so fields are going well. Did Lemmy the water seller ever turn up?
Lemmy the water seller did turn up, and that has highlighted some further key information for the good people of the castle. And so at the assembly, which is going to be the start of each session, we've got some further options for you to consider, which I wrote down. Where did I write them? Oh, I wrote them on
the Discord.
Discord, didn't I? I'm so special.
So I've turned my sound on now, so the viewers can actually hear me.
That's probably a good plan. So
He's playing the dog, by the way.
he's
I'm not
playing
sure
the
he
dog.
is.
You can have like a proper person.
Canary,
Sort that
son
out
of
in-
Worf.
Oh, I like it.
So
You're going to be an enforcer then. We need the muscle.
the three bosses are once again arguing over who goes where on their holidays. So Aaron, having seen that you brought back some pig meat and that you kept people fed for a couple of days, is very impressed and wants you to go back out,
Thank you.
re-find the pigs and try and capture some alive juvenile ones to bring back. Metziger, having worked with the water seller, is now keenly aware that your water situation is very dire and wants you to go out and find a clean water source. And Commander Epskamp wants a watchtower, but can't get one yet because you lack the technology. So he wants you to go out and find something that will help you improve your technology to the point where building a watchtower becomes possible.
You mean a pole to stick up his ass?
So, the people seem to be leaning towards Metzger again and finding a clean water supply. What would you two like? 3.
Well, I can see the sense of the water supply, but I will, of course, follow whatever Father Aaron believes to be the best for the community.
Well, Father Aaron does believe that pigs are the future.
Yeah, okay, water it is.
The death of Tooting tell us that this is a dangerous world and we need to protect ourselves.
There is that.
And we need to stay away from pigs. And glass. And lizards.
My new character would be rather more interested in living things and therefore likes the idea of having some little pigs running around that he can play with.
So,
Is that a mallet or a hatchet or what are we
I
miming?
don't want to
here?
run over there and get knives that would come across. No.
It's tempting, isn't it? See, this is the advantage of wireless headphones.
I could reach far enough, but it's too unsettling.
Okay.
You need to charge them up.
So
I
one
think Ben's
water,
setting me up
one
a character sheet on.
yeah, I'm
pigs.
sorry. I'm looking very distracted while I'm punching numbers into a character sheet. Not very helpful, I know.
Whilst you're doing that, do you want me to run through my new character for everyone?
That's a great plan.
Yes,
See, this is
please.
teamwork right
Have
here.
you also
Tell us
mentioned the
about.
giveaway?
I have mentioned the giveaway. I've
Yeah.
covered the giveaway.
Okay.
So go ahead, Lewis. Tell us about Harrow.
Right. So Harrow, I've gone with On the Hill at the moment. It was decided by popular vote that I would play a chronicler. And choice of the name was Harrow. So that immediately made me think of someone horrendously creepy. Harrow is a chronicler, but is most renowned around the Ark for helping out with healing in a way, in that he rather enjoys sewing people back together again, but might not also find it quite as bad to cut them open first.
Nice.
So for my talent, I picked Bonesaw, and that's literally the kind of player I'm going to be playing. Harrow is sort of tall. He has a bit of an odd gait because his one leg doesn't quite work as well. Perhaps he himself felt a healer's touch, or he did it to himself. We'll never know. Or we'll find
Or
out.
he's wearing someone else's leg.
Well, I didn't. I was trying to stay in the PG-12 theme, but now, yeah. Okay. If I get the opportunity, it will be someone else's
He's literally
face
got
as
2
well.
left feet.
But
Just put it on the wrong way round.
yeah.
You idiot. It's working, isn't it?
Arrow sort of creeps everyone out in that he's also always very interested to listen to you all, which is usual amongst chroniclers, but you kind of get the impression the way his head is slightly tilted and he seems to be smiling a bit too much, that he's probably thinking of something else to do with you. And that's why they're more than it's all Bonesaw based, but in general, they're just glad to push him out the door and hope that he goes away with Mornington Crescent and doesn't come back.
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah. Objective.
What's your supply situation like?
I have 3 rations,
System looter.
5 water, and 4 bullets. But if I can, I'd like to spend a couple of those because I'm currently unarmed. Chroniclers start unarmed, but I'd like to buy a big ass machete.
That doesn't
Which is
seem
2 bullets.
unreasonable. 2 bullets for a big ass machete seems quite reasonable.
Seems good. Yes, nice machete.
Now, I have to check the stats on that quickly. But
Just making a note.
I'm sure by now there's a fair amount of information on Pete's character.
All right, Pete, pick a station.
Canary Wharf.
Canary
Of
Wolf.
course.
Yeah.
I did just happen to buy the Klingon core rulebook the other day from.
Just
Good,
happened.
isn't it?
Just happened to.
You know how it is. You slip in the bath and accidentally buy the Klingon book.
And the Klingon dictionary.
Ah,
Dag mach, dag bech.
I tried to learn it for a bit, but
Yeah,
it's confusing.
likewise. There you go, Canary Wharf, ready to go.
Cool. So I'm using multiple screens and trying not to destroy all the overlay at the same time.
Yeah, destroying things is usually my job.
Cool.
Ruin
Oh,
all the
there's lots of
things.
stuff in here. What do I do?
So when you're making a roll, you click on the skill, and it automatically adds it together into the central section.
Dice pool.
Which is dice pool.
Yeah, the
Yep.
dice pool. And so if you were to click on fight,
and then-
it fills in your attribute and your skill level automatically.
Yep.
You'll have a gear bonus that I haven't given you from your big axe.
Oh.
You have a big old scrap
Scrap
axe.
axe. Nice. Oh, so you've actually given me stats and everything. Cool.
Yeah, I thought it was quicker to just plug everything in.
That sounds good.
Dun, dun, dun. And you have the Enforcer talent Sucker Punch.
Oh yeah.
So if you use an unarmed attack on someone, it does 2 damage instead of 1 because they're not expecting it.
Get him in the gooseberries.
Yeah. I was not expecting this. Your mutation is Rot Eater.
Yeah, that doesn't sound so good.
It's
Oh,
I
I
can
think
eat
it probably
anything.
is.
no, Rot Eater makes you immune to the effects of radiation, basically.
Oh,
you could feed the cockroaches. Let's
I
go
know
back.
where there's some bullets you might want to get.
And you can absorb radiation from other people if they start getting damaged as well.
Hello, I appear to have some radiation damage.
Lick
And
my arm.
Would you like a
you can also use concentrated blasts of radiation on your enemies once you've absorbed some.
Okay, cool.
Like some tasty, tasty radiation.
Very cool.
I think Harrow is gonna stick behind
So a
Canary
scrap
Wharf.
axe gets you a +1 gear bonus. It does damage 3.
That sounds like a lot.
That is a lot. That's
My
a hell of a lot.
machete's damage
Given that it
too as
does
well.
strength damage.
So
Yeah.
I can just hit like this.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that
So
would
that
be
would-
3 damage plus potentially 2 extra damage.
Yes.
So you would have killed someone.
Now, the 2 extra damage is only barefisted.
Oh, right.
Like, haha, I've disarmed you. Now what do you think you're going to do? That's fair point. You've got me. Pow!
Bang.
But you said my
Right
axe
in the
does
kisser.
3,
Your axe does 3, yeah.
and I got 4
Plus
successes.
the 3 that you've rolled there.
So that'll be
3
6 damage.
successes.
So it's 1 to hit and then 2 others for stunts and
Yeah.
things. So you're looking at 5 damage from your axe there, which is enough to kill anyone
Everyone.
except another enforcer, really,
Is that enough to kill Lewis's character?
comfortably.
Oh, okay. Interesting to know.
Right. I'm returning home with a new leg.
And so the
Do we still have the cart, the shopping trolley?
that was taken by the gearheads. There's
Maybe
no
we
way you
turn
could have
into
kept
a
it
battle
running.
Chariot.
So the assembly has taken place,
It was late.
and it looks like the people have spoken and water is the thing, although there was more disagreement this time round. So if you happen to come across anything technological, that might be an idea. Now you're actually on the water where you are. Your ark, the castle, is located in a dock area. So you've got a dock right there, but the water isn't drinkable.
Okay.
So what they want is for you to either go into the zone to find some drinkable water, or find some way of making the water drinkable, or fixing the broken pump that they had that was cleaning the water anyway. They had like a water purification piece of equipment that until recently had been working fine, but only the ancient really knew how to make it work. But now that she's very old and very ill, it stopped working. So you've been living off of rainwater.
Radioactive rainwater.
Nom nom nom. Do the gearheads have any idea how to make the filter work?
That's a subject of some argument amongst the gearheads at the minute. There are some that want to take it apart so that they can see how it works, so they can try and fix it. And there are some that just want to try and bodge it together with like duct tape and wishful thinking.
Those are the true engineers.
So they're not going to be helpful then, is what I'm hearing.
No, they're kind of having a little powwow around the water purification pump about how to... Have you tried turning it off and then turning it on again?
It's it harder!
Powwow about how they could possibly fix this thing or not fix this thing. And they frankly don't have a clue right now. So
okay. Does
go
my
out, get
magic
water.
map suggest anything?
Your magic map actually gives you access to the zone map that you can see on Roll20. I know it's not showing on the main screen at the minute. So you've got the river that runs all the way through London.
Yes.
That's kind of a toxic sludge pit.
Tasty.
Down where you are at the minute, there's a big lake.
Yes.
That is, again, sludgy and unclean. But it's possible that a few zones up, there may be some useful stuff. It depends on how far you're prepared to travel.
Not that far.
How many know the zones do you want to roll?
Yeah, well, you're all right for going north.
At least 6.
For going north at the minute, you're safe for one zone.
So if I look for water sources, I can see some... Where are we? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 north and then 3 left.
Yeah.
I'm a quality ranger, everybody.
So are you liking the look of one that says it's near tunnel entrance?
I was looking at spotty waste.
Spotty waste.
Or possibly tunnel entrance.
Those are the nearest large pools of water that your map shows. So heading in that direction has got some merit, yes. It's going to be quite a journey though, so you're going to need to find food while you're out there as well, because it's unlikely that you're going to be carrying enough rations to make it that far, unless you want to spend some of your bullets.
No. Ever.
We can get some new bullets and then spend those.
Don't waste them.
We have someone who can eat cockroaches.
That's true. We can swing by Cockroach Emporium and pick up the clip of bullets. Now we've got rot eating boy.
Yeah, I'm going to let you,
Hey, Canary.
Alden, keep your mutant point from last week.
Ooh, thank you.
Everybody else gets a mutation. Well, everybody gets a mutation point for the beginning of the session. So that's 1 mutation point each, except for Mornington, who's sat on 2.
I'm so lucky.
Sorry, I got very itchy nose.
That's how it starts.
That's good. I can spend that on nourishment from sunlight instead of eating, because I'm a plant.
Yeah.
Then I can spend you on nourishment. Oh, I said that out loud.
Yes, that was your outside voice.
I thought, Lewis, that we'd agreed that it was Tooting Beck who was the creepy one.
I can be multiple creepy characters.
I think he's carried that through somehow.
Looks like, yeah.
This week I'm just playing
Are we
myself.
saying that Lewis is creepy?
Who's in my merry band?
It looks like in your merry band today, you have got Harrow on the hill. There's a couple of Harrows. And Canary Wharf.
Oh, excellent.
Called Canary because they tend to send him in first.
And I wear a lot of yellow. I've got kind of hazard tape kind of wrapped around different parts of my clothing to keep it together mostly.
Yep. Gaffer tape is a strong style here in the zone.
Says the man wearing red trousers and a high-vis vest.
I don't think I'm wearing the high-vis vest. I just have that for special occasions.
Special occasions.
I'm wearing a barber jacket, or at least it was once
Oncoming
a barber
traffic,
jacket.
that's when you
It's
wear
now mostly gaffer tape.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should there ever be, if I ever need to direct traffic, I'll be fine.
I think the fashion statement of the castle, though, is gaffer tape, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's kind of generally. I've just gone for like hazard stripe.
Use it forever.
Fetching.
Okay,
they're not quite to the cool standard of bits of tires yet.
I think these are just gaffer tape as well. Gaffer tape to his clothes.
Tires, gaffer tape
Just a
to your shoulders.
Big hulking guy who seems to have he's got a bald head, but he seems to have strange ridges up the center of his head. Just part of his weird radiation absorbing
vest. Yes. Does it kind of go up like a fin?
Some kind of brain node.
Yeah.
Charges up, doom, 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 like Godzilla.
And then lightning breath.
Well, radiation breath.
Radiation.
But yeah.
There we go. Okay, right. Well, we'll head back to the police station because.
So you already know the first zone because you've travelled through it. So if you make a know the zone roll on the first zone, you can get directly to the police station and find that little hidden cache with the radioactive cockroaches in very easily.
Oh, good. This is where I rolled terribly, everybody. Are you ready for a fight?
Let's do it.
This week I am.
Look at that.
Yay!
Whoa.
Flawless. You head out into the first zone and it's only a couple of hours out before you come to the abandoned police station.
Here it is.
That's unusual because everything's abandoned. What with it being after the apocalypse and everything.
Exactly where I said it would be.
I feel like
always.
Mornington just had better motivation as there were two creepy men accompanying him with sharp weapons.
There's the butchered remains of some kind of large creature in the street and a big blood stain on the road.
That was a giant lizard.
Harrow's gonna start poking about in it as well, like lifting the skin off.
Yeah, it looks like people have been out and hacked all the meat off of it.
I did this with an arrow.
Mornington leads you inside the police station.
Is this where there are those tasty cockroaches you were talking about?
Yeah, they glow and tingle. I'm not going to look at them this time. I did that last time.
There in a hole in the floor is a little cockroach nest full of slightly green tinted fist-sized, well, maybe not fist-sized for Worf, but fist-sized for a normal person, cockroaches, all emitting sort of hard radiation. So you will need to spend your mutation point to absorb the radiation.
Go for it.
All right.
Why not? That's what they're for.
That's what, yeah.
So I'll spend my mutation point and I'm going to stick my hand in and I'm going to merrily chow down on some cockroaches. And I'm going to turn around so they can see it full on.
I like to think the legs are still wiggling.
Absolutely.
Are there any little cups or anything nearby?
Okay,
Like
so you need to roll one basic dice when you use each mutation point. So you roll a yellow dice.
How do I just roll one die?
Oh god, I don't know how you roll just one.
Hang on, here we go. 1 and 0 and 0 and roll.
Hey, that'll do.
Everything goes swimmingly. Your powers work fine.
Cool.
Are there any cups or anything nearby?
Cups?
Yeah.
Puke into one.
No, I just want to sort of. Harrow just wants to sort of scoop one into a cup from off of your face and keep it.
Rot points for you.
Yep, that's a rot
Sonny.
point for Harrow, if he's going to do that.
I'll give you a hug, mate. Watch out.
That's
for
what
that.
he's
Keep an eye on
Take
it.
my radiation.
That's what he's after. I see what you're doing. Yeah.
But
I'm just going to collect things every week.
yeah,
Nothing useful.
That you're
just-
alive. Every week that you're alive.
Yeah.
Canary Wharf has absorbed a point of rot radiation
Ooh.
and will be able to use that in future, but you're going to need to push a roll to get
Your mutant point back.
a mutant point.
Oh, I'll push. Oh, yeah. Don't worry.
Push all the
I'm
rot.
guest starring. I'm just going to be going crazy.
So yeah,
Tasty. Hey, and I'll offer one to Mornington.
Oh, I'm
he's
in a
not
different
even
room.
coming in the room.
Oh, no.
fine.
Made that mistake before.
More for me. Excellent.
Nom, 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 nom.
Harrow will reach in and pick up the clip.
I will see if there's any of the lizard still scavengeable. For
I know the
snacks.
lizard has been thoroughly scavenged.
Okay.
Even the major bones are gone.
Is there anything
I'm
left of
eating a bit of the
tooting?
lizard as well.
What
the
about
skull
tooting?
you took with you, that's now adorning
Oh, yeah.
the wall back in Commander Epscamp's war room.
Where did he get it?
Because it's got sharp sticks.
He's the one with the guns.
Yeah,
The one
he
with
gave
the-
me
oh,
this
okay,
one.
fair enough.
Nice stick.
So was that down in the hole then? I'll say point.
And yeah, also in the hole, there is a clip of bullets.
Just the real reason.
Yeah, there are 13 bullets in the clip.
Holy crap.
So that's 5 for me and 4 for you guys.
Yeah, works for me.
Keep them in the clip for now.
Don't worry, when he
Harrow's
dies,
just
Mornington, when he dies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Gonna let you keep the
Making a
clip.
note.
But
13
Harrow
bullets.
keeps looking at your leg occasionally, like he's sizing it up.
I've got meaty calves.
And from here, you're now heading out into slightly more suburban region. So the buildings are slightly lower. They don't go quite as high. But the area around the zone, around the arc, the buildings were up to sort of 3 or 4 stories high. But as you're heading further north, they sort of shrink down to sort of 2 stories or
Over there.
1 and some ruins. Yes, that's right.
I put a map on the overlay now.
Oh, jolly good.
It's like a mini map though, so it
A
might be a
mini
little
map.
bit hard to see unless people are watching
That's
on
okay.
a large screen.
But
Okay,
yes, this
everyone.
little red square that you can just about see, that is the Ark location. This is where our intrepid explorers explored intrepidly last week. And this is where they're heading now, into the dust fields.
Oh, sounds fun.
Mhm.
Right, everyone.
So,
Wits
Senor
about you.
Crescent, wits about
Oh,
you.
Crap.
Yeah. And it's time to find the path.
I know where we're going.
We're all gonna die. Oh, roll
You do
20
know it.
loves me today.
That is awesome.
Ooh, that is spectacular.
Roll
Absolutely.
20 either loves me or hates
Yeah.
me.
I feel like the ghost of Tooting Broadway should haunt you forever for that role.
do you know how many points I have in heal? Do you know how many points? Do you? Do you?
It's 2!
And I still managed to make one of those a failure, as I remember.
Now, the dust fields were once houses. You can see little outlines where the houses were, but an explosion has ground every building down into the smallest imaginable particles. There is just a huge field of almost brick dust. So it's spring at the minute, which means that some of it's quite wet, which is causing it to cling to the ground, forming a sort of thick clay-like slurry made of
Oh.
this sort of reddish orange dust bound together with water. And there are little sparse, scrubby plants growing in it, but not very well. And at this point of the year, they're mostly relic fossils of last summer's growth, clinging on there for dear life.
Can I scoop some of the slurry up and have a lick of it?
That's not very tasty. Tastes like dirt.
Nothing here.
Harrow's going to watch you do that intently. That's interesting.
I'm going to walk over to Mornington and go, do you know this guy very well?
No, I was told not to bring him back.
I'm pretty sure they asked that it was a
That could be
personal
arranged.
favour that you took him out into the zone.
I've got a big, dirty, great big axe that's made out of like some car door that's been sharpened up on the edges or something like that. I just kind of heft it over my shoulder and say, that could be arranged.
Let's get a bit further away first.
Sure.
Try and find some things we can throw him in front of.
So you're heading out into the zone. Where's my threat? I've lost my threat. Da, da, da.
It's a very unthreatening environment.
Suburbia, I believe it was called.
And there is a mound.
Oh.
There is a mound just of more densely packed brick dust rising up out of the surroundings. It's
Not actually right, like...
not hugely rising up. It's probably about waist height on wharf. So it's considerably larger than everything in the surrounding area, but it's got a kind of organic feel to it.
Yeah, like a kind of giant radiated ant kind of feel.
You want me to go and check that out?
No, I think we should send Harrow.
No, shouldn't you?
Hey,
Shouldn't you go and look at that?
they call
There
me the
might be
canary
something
for a
interesting
reason.
in it.
And I'm just going to walk forward with the thing over my shoulder.
I'll pat you on the back as you go.
Yeah, it's a team effort. Okay.
At ground level, there are a couple of little holes about this big that go in and out of.
Harrow turns to Mornington. I wonder how he'll do.
Well, he seems to be sticking his head in something.
I'm going to call over my shoulder as I'm leaning very close. There's a hole down here.
Is there? What can you
Have a
see
look
inside
inside.
it?
I'm going to get the handle of the axe and like...
When you wedge the handle of the axe in, you feel some resistance and some tug on the other end. Like something's got hold of it.
Oh,
Let it
I'm
take
coming
your
back out.
axe.
Strength
Axe.
5, that's coming back
Oh
out.
God, yeah, that's coming right back out.
And hopefully what I'm going to do is if there's anything like on the end of it,
You're
I'm gonna try and-
anteatering this,
I'm
aren't
going to
you?
try and flick it at the others.
Okay, well, what comes out on the other end is a big, mean zone rat. It's about the length of your arm, all the way along there, and then tail as well. This big, disgusting, wormy tail, and it's got sort of radiation mange going on, and
Tasty.
feral little red eyes and big yellow teeth. And it's got its teeth hooked into the hilt of your axe as you pull the axe out, and this thing's like. As you draw the
Does
axe
it come
out,
off as I kind of flick, or does it still hanging on?
Well, let's see. Make
Some
a
sort of
fight
roll,
roll.
maybe
Oh,
needed.
okay.
This is going to be horrendous, isn't it?
Yes.
Right, so
You just click on fight and
Yeah.
add 1 gear dice for your axe.
As long as you
How does
can
it
make
count?
sure your leg survives for me, that would be useful.
Stand by, Harrow.
here we go.
I'm gonna...
Biological horror incoming.
1 success. That's right, isn't it?
Whoosh. Yes, that is 1 success. And that was lucky.
Yeah.
Those ones are both in your green dice.
Which is
And they can't
fine.
botch.
They
Apparently
can't,
not.
no.
Yeah, because that's your skill, isn't it?
That's just the skill.
Hmm.
So you kind of clumsily try to fling this rat. I better roll for the rat, really.
Nah, it's all right. Don't feel you have to.
I looked at the stats for the rat and I went, that's mental. How has a rat got strength 8? But that's the swarm.
The swarm. I like that.
The
Sorry,
swarm.
The
We have
what?
one rat.
And the rat tries its damnedest to cling onto the axe, but it comes flying off, sails through the air, squealing noise.
I'd like to
let's
shoot
flag
it
it
in
at
midair,
He's
please.
just gonna.
I flung
Go
it
on
to
then.
Harrow.
Yeah. No, Harrow won't move out of the way. He'll sort of look at it coming at him
This
sideways.
rat
Then try
is
and hit
getting
it with his
larger.
machete.
Look, a parabola.
Are you going to shoot it out of the air then?
I'm going to
Senior
attempt to
Crescent?
shoot it out of the air. Yes.
Cut it into.
I can't look. Well, yes and no.
So you shoot it out of the air,
That's a lot of dice.
I've
but
got a
it
lot of
still
shoot.
it crashes into Harrow
That's fine.
regardless
With an arrow in it. Even
with an
better.
arrow in it, and it like crashes into him, and it's dying and bleeding and squirming and flashing around.
Squirting.
It scratches up your clothes slightly as it hits you and kind of gets rat blood on your front.
Did the
Can I
arrow go
hold
through
it
the rat
up by the
into
arrow?
Harrow?
That's what I was hoping.
And then
No?
just sort
Okay.
of poke at it with my machete.
It's flailing and screeching at you as you poke it with the machete.
Don't
And
play
the
with your
screeching
food.
has drawn the attention of the remainder of the swarm, and from several holes all around the base of what is
boy.
clearly a rat den,
Mhm.
burst out this swarm of 2-foot-long rats.
I did try and tell you.
I'm going to step back, brace the axe, and go, here we go, boys.
Harrow's turned to Mornington, so you should deal with those.
It's
We-
dinner time.
Tuck the
Deal
dead
with
rat
those.
away in his.
Yes, you can
in this
keep all
clothing.
of the tasty rats until dinner time.
Right, Pete, invent golf.
I was thinking more
Whack-a-mole.
of the bit in Moana.
Come
She goes,
on.
coconuts.
This is where you need the 3 successes.
Right, so
Yeah.
what are we doing?
You are trying to fight them.
Are we
Okay.
initiativing or are we just
initiativing?
hitting them?
I'm going to let you go because you kind of knew they were coming.
Okay. Here we go. Oh, what does that all mean?
That means-
Oh,
That you hit, but that you kind of pulled a muscle in your arm and you broke your axe a little bit by crunching it into
What's
some
the
intact
explodey one?
brickwork on the ground. So it reduces your gear bonus from your axe. Your axe is broken until someone can fix it now.
Oh, we don't have a gearhead anymore. Because
No, dishonor on you, dishonor on your house, dishonor on your cow.
you have a cow?
This is what happens with Klingon Mulan.
My favourite axe, Martok, is broken.
Oh no!
you have to go with the
So yes,
elite.
the head snaps off your axe.
Oh no!
And
You just got a stick.
Just his eye.
it spins around the place. These rats are swarming now, and that is a bad thing.
That
Yeah.
sounds bad.
That's why I'm here.
So, Mr. Crescent, what are you going to do?
I'm going to step behind my good friend Harrow and shoot another rat.
Okay.
Or attempt to, anyway.
Sorry, I'll be back in 2 seconds.
There's certainly a hitting and then
Yeah.
also a.
The problem you've got is that now there are so many of them and they're swarming. It's difficult to get a bead on individual rats, so you're kind of firing blindly into a crowd. So
That's
that
fine.
is still a hit because you got so many hits. But usually you would recommend fire or explosions for this sort of situation.
Okay, do we have any fire or explosions? Anybody?
Not like you
Anybody?
did.
Set fire to this rat.
Okay, and then throw it into the other rats?
It's a plan.
Well, yeah, let's call that a plan. Yeah, why not?
Make a know the zone roll while you're at it.
Yeah, let's do that.
I know you love rolling that.
Oh, I love that. It's my favorite. It's not the
Giant
one against
mutant
every
crocodile appears.
guild or anything.
Yeah, but look at that.
I know.
These rat swarms are bad. They will keep coming. There could be
Canary.
hundreds of them, and you're probably better off running away. Because if you try and kill each individual rat in this swarm, you're going to be there for a while. And people tend to die of radiation poisoning from them.
Okay. We should all leave. The rats will just keep coming. Time to run
Mornington
away.
says that Harrow will just turn around and start walking away.
Not that way.
Whatever way. Just the way in the opposite direction that
I'll start falling back, punching rats to keep them away from them as I go.
So you're flinging them off left, right, and centre.
I want to get one for dinner as well.
I have one spare if you want.
I need my own one. I'm a hungry man.
All that punching.
I need a full rat.
Harrow never said he was
Those are
going
some
to eat the
incompetent
rat. He's
rats.
just going to poke at it with a knife to see how a rat works.
The rat's starting to like
Mostly
Harrow.
Eating each other.
You managed to get one of the rats, although, well, one of the rats manages to get you. It's kind of bitten into the meat of your thigh.
Oh, thigh. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so then you got to grab hold of it. So you take 1 point of strength damage,
Nope.
Oh, I can't.
which
use
also
it.
inflicts 1 point of rot on you.
Do I take that? Even though
Yes,
I'm a
you
rot
do.
eater? Okay, right. Okay.
You have to activate your rot-eating power.
Oh, okay. Where's my rot? Here we go. 1 point of rot, and what was the other one? Strength damage.
1 point of strength damage.
Oh, so I'm effectively on 4. What happens if I go to
You still
0
roll
strength?
on the full amount,
Sure.
but it counts as your hits. It doesn't diminish
Is that
your.
how you die then?
Yes.
Sorry, I haven't
You
played
become
Mutant Year Zero,
broken.
I've only played Alien. It's got different.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
It's like a lot of the other Free League games. You become broken when you reach 0, so you don't die. But if you're broken in strength, then you take a critical injury, which
Some
might
of those
kill
are
you.
fatal,
Yeah,
as we found out.
Yes.
I believe it's anything over 43.
Yeah, same in Alien. I think
Yeah.
that was what Mark rolled, wasn't it? 43
Yeah.
for his. Yeah. Anyway, different game. Sorry.
And yeah, then all the others, you can become like emotionally broken or exhausted and things like that.
Okay, cool.
So while they don't kill you, they take you out of the fight because you can't do anything.
I like it.
And
Yeah,
then
once
they
I-
can kill
Exhaustion
you.
has to be slept off. Strength damage can be eaten off. If you rest and eat, you can get that strength back.
That's how I do it.
It's not the only thing that's mildly unstable.
Okay, fall back, everyone.
That goes for the whole
Yeah.
group.
So are you falling back into the previous zone?
Well,
or
I'd
are
like
you
to sort
going
of fall left.
fall
if we
left,
could.
heading
Sure.
west? So you fall back to the west, which is still just as much away from the previous location as before. So yeah, you were here
That one.
and you're falling back to here.
Okay.
More dust.
Can you do another box?
Still
for me?
very, very dusty.
Can you create
so-
copy that box?
I can.
'Cause
I
you
will
can change the
create
colour of
Create
it,
a
and you could
blue
move
box
that
or-
around
yeah.
to where we are.
That'd be good.
Mhm.
Now that I've put
Well, that's
the map on
helpful.
the screen.
It's very pale.
And it's
No.
just going to keep drawing boxes now because I'm still in the box drawing thing. Right, let's get rid of that. Now I'm going to draw a box.
Has anyone ever
Okay.
seen those painting programs on YouTube that are really relaxing and
It's the
peaceful?
opposite of that.
This is not that.
Right, so the green box is the box that you're currently in.
Mutant Rosses.
Made it a
Mutant
lovely
painting.
mutant bright
A nice
green. I like that.
Bright mutanty green. Green is for go because that's where you've gone. Red is for stop because that's when you're
And
at
the
home.
viewers can see that
I
on the
thought
screen.
red
It's
goes
bright enough
faster,
that it
though.
stands out. So that's
Yeah,
good.
red is like Daka Daka. So
Hush
Yeah.
now.
sorry, voice in my head.
And then
You know what?
that's a zone that you know.
We don't need all of that map today, do we?
No, we don't. And that's a
So
zone that you know.
I'm gonna shrink that down a bit so I can zoom in. Give everyone a
And then I can leave orange boxes to show what zones you kind of know.
Well,
Join us
team.
for live Roll20 tech wizardry.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, team, I'd like to celebrate a success. I've never got this many people alive this far.
It's all part of my job. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Falling back into this part of the dust fields, you're in unfamiliar territory for you. There are some warehouses in this area. Old industry sites,
Houses
storehouses,
that have been
warehouses.
bitten by a werewolf.
Old
Full
world
moon, they become hairy.
treasure stores.
I wonder
Eat
what they
people.
look like inside.
I think we should have a look.
We should.
In you go, Harrow.
I'm preoccupied by looking for some sort of large road
Canary?
sign or something big, flat, metallic that could replace my big axe.
I will assist Canary. He seems sad without his axe.
There are lots of big circular signs around here. This whole area seems to have once been some kind of place where lots of people would come and congregate. There are dozens of burned out vehicles lying around, and amongst them there are some circular road signs.
Is there like a no entry sign still on a pole
Can I?
that I could
Not
like...
still on it. Well, yes, but the pole's been pulled over, so you could pick it up and have the cement on the bottom of the pole as well.
Oh,
Can Harrow
bash it
read
on
the
the floor for
signs?
it to-
Because Harrow can supposedly write.
Harrow
as
can
well.
read and write. That's true.
Can you read the signs? Otherwise, I'll
this
just
is-
start
this is
randomly
something-
naming
With the white.
signs as.
This is something called Lakeside Cineplex.
What does that mean? Other
The
than being
Well, there's
stalker.
the lake over here.
beside a lake.
What's a cineplex?
Come on, Chronicler, earn your keep. You creepy weirdo.
Well, Aaron is always talking about the sins of people, so maybe that's where they store them. A warehouse.
We
A
should
werewolf
not go in there.
house
That
where they
sounds
store
bad.
the sins of the people.
That
We should
sounds
have a look.
I don't
less
think we should go
enticing.
anywhere near it.
I think you should go in, Harrow.
I thought that was Canary's job.
No, I think you are more proof against sin than Canary.
If you're going to go in, I'll open the door for you. I'll go up to the door. I'll go first. But if you're going into some weird warehouse full of sins captured out of people's souls, I want nothing to do with it.
Harrow will lean in at a nearby window, the most broken window he can find. Just stick his head.
You broken glass again, isn't it?
Yeah. 100% kills on my own character.
Ben, I should probably say Canary is the kind of guy who's like chucking stones at windows as he goes past. He's that kind
Oh
of
yeah.
just like, you know,
That glass is only a
in
little
that
bit
case,
broken.
kicking bottles
How-
so they smash.
Harrow will point at one in the Cineplex and say, break that one for me. And then he'll just lean in, stick his head in, slowly look around in the
jump on
most
his back.
creepy manner available.
Yeah, you did a good job there. That was pretty creepy. Could you make a scout roll, please?
You can't say I don't own the character.
100%.
Right.
Top marks.
This is going to go badly. It's pure base dice.
You can always push it. Remember that.
No, that's all right.
It's like a
Definitely not
treasure
pushing it
trove in
now.
here. This is clearly some kind of temple. The remnants of plush carpet covers the floor. There's a giant stand along one wall that has the symbols of food vendors that used to exist in the old world. Buckets full of thick syrupy liquids all along another wall. A number of machines attached. It's some kind of small room for people to sit in with a damaged chair.
Oh, slowly.
And then a
move
corridor
up.
and some stairs leading up to a long corridor that heads off in two directions.
And turn around to them and say, I
And
was wrong.
movement.
Good.
You could have swore you saw something move.
I'll definitely turn around to them and say, I was wrong. This is where they go when they've redeemed their sins.
Oh, that
You
sounds
should
much
see
more
the
interesting.
treasures inside.
Treasures, you say? Excuse me.
What kind of treasures?
And I will go in the door last.
I'll just
Yeah.
if he says there's treasures inside rather than sins in boxes, I'm gonna approach the door.
But yeah, walking in, treasures is a bit of a stretch, but it looks like the kind of place where you might keep treasures. This is clearly some kind of welcoming area. That's, like I said,
Is
plush
there a large vat of
carpet.
popcorn?
Not anymore. No, there's a large vat of some kind of there's several large containers of congealed syrupy liquids.
Ooh,
That sounds good.
hello.
The
Pick and
popcorn
mix
is kind of
still intact.
the pick and mix is kind of liquefied over time and become one gelatinous blob.
Can I roll my
It's so
arrow
going in my
rat
bag.
in there?
One giant.
You want to dip your arrow rat
Yeah, I want to
into
roll my
pick
arrow
and
rat
mix.
in the liquid.
Candied rat.
Yeah, get
Yeah.
all the sprinkles.
You now have a candied rat.
Then store it for later.
I'm
Marvelous.
just gonna
You can stick it to things now. Who's got the most metal on them?
I have a machete.
Probably Canary, I would
yeah,
have thought.
probably me. I've
Yeah.
probably got piercings and knives and a few other bits and bobs.
And a giant signpost.
And a giant
Big
signpost
metal
that I'm like
signpost,
I'm like
yes.
practicing the weights off on this. So I think I need to find something a bit better.
Yeah, Mornington and Canary, if you could both roll a scout check as well.
Oh God, here we go.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm having to switch between screens, so it's taking me a little while.
It's all right.
A scout roll. Oh
Can I push
God.
it? Can I push it?
You can push it.
God, can I push it? Do
I
I have to,
don't
do I
have
have
a
to take
gear,
one
but
off?
still-
I can't remember.
No.
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 I just...
Hey.
Yes!
You die.
You push it and you succeed and get another mutation point.
Oh, but I wasn't mutating.
No, you weren't. But you don't roll to mutate.
Oh, I
When you
just
push, you
mutate.
get a mutation point.
You push
Ah.
successfully, you get a mutation point.
Can
yeah.
I push my roll then, even though I passed?
Only if it increases the success. If you.
Oh no, wait, you don't get a
succeed
mutation point, Mornington. Sorry, that's not a pass, that's a fail.
Yeah,
more. Oh, yeah.
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 I passed.
glass yourself.
I'm not gonna push.
So yeah, Mornington, you're kind of distracted by Lewis candying his rat.
I beg your pardon.
Fine.
Today on Euphemism Press, we'd like
Not
to
in-
bring you candying your rat.
We
Bro,
went
is
from
Candy
this
one
will
if
be
you
the
do that?
PG-12 Saturday
way.
morning cartoon.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
First episode skyrocketed to a 15, and now we're just
You can use
candying rats
euphemism
all
in
over the
children's
place.
cartoons
No, I
because the
was
kids
so
don't get it and the
foul-mouthed,
parents
we removed
do.
him from the show.
We
And
can't
so
remove
many
Nye, he's
letters.
the intern.
So
True,
many
very true.
letters.
We need to make him some business cards.
Yeah. So what happens?
So what happens is that Canary, you notice first from the feel of something slightly acidic on your skin. It tingles ever so slightly, nothing earth-shattering, but it's like you've been stroked by some very, very narrow bits of string that have been dipped in really strong vinegar or something.
I passed.
Yeah, you did. And you can see floating around you in the air translucent fleshy bubbles about the size of your open palm.
You're
Just
tripping.
floating around. And they've got long, thin feelers hanging down from the fleshy bubble.
Sky jellyfish.
Floating
Sky
around in the
jellyfish.
air.
I shout. Sky jellyfish.
What?
Sky jellyfish. And I like start
No.
trying
Sound
to
and
bat
look
them
in
away
amazement.
with
They're a myth.
with the with the no entry sign. Ooh, get out of here! Get back! Get back!
Canary,
Try and catch some in a bucket.
Canary.
I look
can
around for a
have
bucket.
one?
As you're hitting them with the no entry sign,
Mm.
the sign is actually taking as much of a pounding as they are. And you bat them through the air really easily. They're incredibly light, very soft, but quite robust. They don't really take damage from being hit. You could be here all day, but the sign itself is getting damaged each time you hit them. It's being left with these sort of corrosive patches, and this thing survived years outside in acid rain.
I'm gonna flip
Every
it around
time
and
you
use the
hit
concrete
one-
end on them.
I thought you'd battered that off.
I tried. I didn't have enough. They weren't waiting around for me.
Yeah. So again, you're batting them away with the concrete end, and it's leaving little flash lines when it makes contact with their feelers. You're certainly beating them away,
Keeping them away from me. What?
but they keep floating back
I'm
towards
gonna
you
touch
because
one just to see what it does. This is my
it
job. I have to like describe to people what
light
pain they're about to.
and airy, and it's like poking a really rigid soap bubble.
Okay.
In that your finger kind of goes in a little bit,
Mhm.
and there's a membrane that sucks around your finger.
Oh,
And
not
when you pull your
membranes
finger
again.
away.
Is it like a fleshy membrane?
Ben loves
It is a fleshy membrane. It's been a while since we've had a fleshy membrane. So
I
thanks
know.
Canary,
thanks for that blast from the past.
is there anything inside that you can grab?
Here, I could give you an
I'd
arrow.
very
Maybe you
much
could
like
puncture it.
They're weird, soft and squishy, floaty
Can you-
things.
Could you grab one with your hand?
They appear to be latching onto the sign that you're holding.
Oh, they seem to like
I've
your
collected
sign.
a few.
Okay, maybe we should take this outside.
That's probably a good idea. They seem to be. Are they like all? So they're hard to see. They're kind of transparent.
They're really hard to see. They're
Okay,
like
but they're
very much
everywhere.
like soap bubbles with tendrils. There's
Okay.
dozens of them. Yeah,
Is there anything
But like,
in
is
the
it in the
centre, or is it
whole
just
foyer type area and up the corridor?
they're
Is it just, like-
congregating now on you.
Okay, great.
And actually looking around, you can see that whatever metal was in here has been horribly corroded and broken apart.
They're attracted to the metal.
Okay, let's go outside, get one of the wrecked cars, drag that in here, and then they'll nom down on that, and we can go explore.
We could draw them out to a large metal thing, couldn't we?
Well, maybe they don't leave the building.
I
I'm
don't
thinking
know.
we need to bring the metal to them.
Why don't you ask
I
them?
think they're like.
I'm not asking, I'm telling. If you want to stay alive out here, you need to listen to me.
Fine. They told me to listen to you. I'll do what you say. Right, let's go.
Okay. Come on, Harrow.
He's
Come
going to
on,
be
weirdo.
useful dragging a car.
No, we're just going to cover him in metal.
That was a great look there. Lewis.
Picking things up? I don't understand.
Oh, no,
It's an upper
I just
job.
need you to wear this door around your neck, okay?
Harrow's gonna.
I'm just going to
pick
push
up
Harrow out of the.
his
I'm like, come on.
candied rat.
That looks tasty. That looks really tasty. If you're not careful, I'm
Do
going
you
to
think
eat that.
this would burn? How do you think they'd react to fire?
I don't know. Why don't you find out? We're going to go get some metal.
So the two of you
Mary?
manhandle a small rusted car body in through the main doors.
A Nissan.
And your supposition was indeed correct. With the car body in the building, these things all congregate to that and just settle on it, resting their tendrily feelers.
It's not a
all
plastic
over the
autonomous
metal.
car then.
And, you can see the metal corroding even more and breaking down around where the feelers are, but they're totally ignoring you now. Looks like all of them have settled on the car. There's 30 or 40 of them that have
Make sure
floated
none of
over
them
to
kind of linger on us and follow us back.
That would be very bad in a building made entirely out of
Yeah, the castle wouldn't be able to
containers.
stand long if these things got
Ooh.
all over it.
That's a good point.
Is there any of the
We need to burn this
gelatinous
place down.
goo left?
Oh, that'll burn.
There's loads of the gelatinous goo left. Yeah, there's about
Harrow's-
30 little plastic
Gelatinous
containers,
goo. A two-hit
each of
dice
which
monster.
contains
Harrow's
about a layer this thick of
Yeah.
that goo. I mean, your candied rat barely used up half of one.
There's a lot of it on my face.
Harrow's gonna try and
I'm going to take some shots.
try and start coating the car in it whilst he's there.
It's very, very sweet if you taste it. A little bit sickly. If you could imagine what every different kind of gummy sweet would taste like if you melted it together and left it alone for
I
a century.
It's
I
the
can
I can,
imagine.
yes.
the
Well,
bag
not
of
the
Haribos
centuries,
on the
maybe,
dashboard,
but
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have to imagine this.
We've all been there.
You're really playing to our strengths here.
So yes, you ladle some of it up. there's a little plastic scoop inside some of the containers. That's really convenient. You can scoop some of the
Keep
goo out.
those. They're useful.
There's
I'm gonna
also
take one of
fit
those.
One cockroach in there.
I could probably sharpen this.
Worst shiv ever.
That's your response to everything, isn't it?
And this one time, I stabbed a guy to death with a pick and mix scoop.
Nope. The other time it was a candied rat.
Can I attach one to the end of a long pole?
Rat or the scoop?
Just keep your eye out at a distance.
Yeah. Okay, Harrow, what are you doing?
Can you find something to light this?
Yeah. Okay.
While the car is being attacked,
Canary,
Harrow
let's
is
go
playing around
explore.
with sugar. I'm going up to this corridor. You said there was a corridor leading off.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I gotta start. I'm just kind of ambling, like absent-mindedly, kind of banging any kind of central railing that may split people going in and out of the building, kind of thing. Or what,
There isn't really a railing there
No.
anymore. There's like the stumps of where there would have been one,
Sure.
and some plastic posts on the doors at either end. The doors lead into these two really long corridors, one going west, one going east. And those two corridors each contain a number of large double doors. The door handles have been digested, but the doors themselves are still there, although they've kind of collapsed in where the hinges have also been eaten. So when you pull or push on a door, it kind of collapses.
Okay, screen 3, kick the doors in.
There's a room full of tiered seats.
What have you found?
And an enormous, curved, flat, white screen up on the wall that the seats are all pointing towards.
Some sort of meeting chamber.
What is this place?
Strange. It kind of reminds me where Metzger does some of his talks. You know, we're all racked up, sat together.
Get the whole of the castle in this one room.
This is immense.
Well, if we ever need chairs, we know where to come.
Very true. Very true. Right. Let's check a couple more of these rooms out.
Is there anything at the back of the room? There's a really big screen.
The hole in the wall.
There's a door over there.
I want to look in the hole.
Stick your head in.
Yeah, I'm going to stick my head in the hole.
We won't find them, but it'd be really cool to find some film cans and use them as throwing weapons. Serrate the edges and
like a city shuriken.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whatever metal was in these places has been pretty much numbed away. But how many other screens do you want to check? There are over a dozen screens.
Just a couple. And once I realise all the rooms are giant meeting rooms, I'm going to be like, yeah, whatever.
We should do number 7 next.
The film itself
Could
is
you-
also flammable.
Are there any posters? Are there any posters in the, because
true.
they're sealed in kind of plastic? Are there any?
Could you, if you are searching the cinema
Yes.
rooms, make a scout roll? Lewis, what are you doing? Are you searching the cinema rooms as well, or are you still ladling sugar onto the car?
I ladled the sugar, and now I particularly want to find something to light it with, just to see what happens.
Dear, Mornington. Yep.
Oh no, this is back to normal now.
Oh, I got to push. I didn't get anything.
Oh, push it.
Boom. Mutation.
Am I rolling scout as well?
Ding, ding, ding.
So there's a mutation point for Canary. Yes, if you want to search for some of the cinema rooms, you too can roll a scout check.
I'm not going to push that, surprisingly. I know where that
so
leads.
bad.
Wow, what
And
did
you
you
die.
find?
You find a big hole.
You find
There
the
wasn't one,
mama
but then-
Shall I
Jelly.
stick
One
my
anyway.
head in it?
There wasn't a big hole, but then he found one using his leg. It turns out some of the support struts around
your
here
leg.
have been weakened by those air jelly things. And you're walking down the corridor
Sky
and you put your foot
jellyfish.
down and it just slips
Sky
straight
jellies,
through the
yes.
floor with a puff of sort of red dust from metal oxides, and you're sort of stuck in a hole with one leg through. Meanwhile,
Does he take any damage from that?
Oh,
he's
got to
not
take at
going to
least
take
one
any damage from
agility
that.
damage for that.
Oh, that's a good one. I forgot about agility damage.
Yeah.
Yes, you take 1 point of agility damage.
Sorry.
Oh, no, I'm a klutz. I
He's gotta
forgot all
take
about
that
agility
somehow,
damage.
Aldean.
Yeah, it's fine. The plan is slowly coming together.
Your leg is mine. Crescent's face and your leg.
So
I've
we've seen all these big chambers, right? Is there
But
anywhere
strangely
that's like
flattered.
a
Small.
control room? Like if they're having all these meetings, then surely all the people who hold the meetings must have like a control center.
Or a tea room.
yeah. Or the
And one of the rooms that you do find is indeed, so Canary, you do find a control room for several of the screens. It could be a control room, it could be a security room. It's difficult to make out exactly what's going on in here. But the thing that grabs your attention isn't the room, it's the skeleton on the floor who is wearing an artifact vest of some kind. It's one of the...
Shut the door.
This chap on the floor is wearing some kind of special vest. Heavy vest. It's got a few holes in it, but it would give you fantastic protection.
I'm gonna like suddenly go into like overly cautious. There's something
And
really
more
valuable here.
importantly,
Someone will clearly know about this. Is there a trap?
handing this tech in back at the Ark would get you a huge amount of kudos and respect, because reverse engineering this bad boy would be very useful to all of the people. It'd be useful to you for not being shot as well.
So I will exit the room shortly after wearing a brand new bulletproof
Kevlar
stab
vest.
vest or whatever. Kevlar
Yeah,
vest. Nice.
Kevlar vest.
Excellent.
That's very fetching.
It looks like he did have a gun at some point, but all that's left is like a rusty outline of where a gun once was.
Almost as if there was one and it went away, or just rusted.
Like it had been rusted into
Rusted
oblivion by air jellies
jellyfish.
eating it.
Yeah, sky jellyfish.
The
get it
zip
right.
on the center of the Kevlar vest is gone as well.
I tear off some of the tape and I tape
Yeah,
round.
gaffer
So it's
tape.
all together. I am now protected by the ancient technologies. Be warned,
Okay.
sky jellyfish, I say, kind of was like stepping out of the room. You will no longer hurt me.
Okay.
So Kevlar vest for your character sheet. It gives you armor rating 6 against damage from any external attack.
Wowzers.
It is outrageously good.
Should he now happen to die, then we would have a Kevlar vest.
Well,
Good man.
I'm actually gonna try it on for a bit, but I'm kind of, it's a bit small for me. I'm kind of hulking guy. I've got like strength 5. I'm like,
But handing that
little
into
bit.
it's
someone
like,
direct
and the tape
is
is
going
it's
to be
like
worth
when they've
the
only got a
promotion.
small high vis, and you're like, the
Oh, yeah.
Velcro doesn't quite attach. It's kind of like that.
Embarrassing. That's terrible.
Yeah, I mean,
catch
handing
my
that over will get you
reflection.
a sergeant's title at the very least.
Well, I catch my reflection in a mirror, in a poster. The plastic closable screens for posters, and
Yeah,
I
there's
look a bit of an
a
idiot with it.
dark-skinned, bald-haired gentleman wearing a similar one in there, and your outlines don't quite match up.
Yeah, I've got to take it off. Guys, one
could
of you
wear it
probably
for you.
benefit from this more than me.
Yes, that would be me, obviously.
Well,
Don't you have enough as it is?
No.
I look at your
are you wearing any
very
protection?
fancy.
No, I have no
Trousers.
protection.
And what about
Oh.
you, Harrow?
He's
No.
the medic. He stays at the back anyway.
Well, you need to protect the medic. I'll
I'm
throw the vest.
also
I'll throw the vest
limping
to
a
the
bit
medic.
more than before.
It's probably too heavy for him. I'll wear it.
Well, I've thrown it at him. If you want to grab it off him, go for it.
I'll pick it up.
It's going to be an unruly tussle.
Loosen
How
my
very dare you.
apron straps and I don't mind.
By the
Happy
time you
fight.
get to him, he's kind of put it on. So
Oh, fine. You.
Unless you wanna
the
rip it
gaffer
off
tape
him.
holding my apron up and just stick it over the vest.
It's
instead.
fine. It's fine. It's very lovely. Well done. Just trying to keep the party safe. That's fine.
This place is
So what's
just
that?
some kind of meeting center.
6?
I don't know.
For
should move
many people, yes, the
Hundreds of
sky
people.
jellies may have finished with the car by now. Is there a back
Did
way
you-
out?
Did you find anything that could make a flame? Or
No,
can any of you provide a
No.
flame?
no.
Why?
I just want to see. This could potentially be a useful location if we could remove
Get rid of the
some
sky
of
jellyfish.
the jellyfish.
Yeah.
It's not really the reason. He knows
Yeah, oh yeah,
that
no, I know. Don't worry.
the canary will latch on to that idea. He just wants
This
to
is
see what happens to
clearly
jellyfish when they burn.
A spacious structure,
Mm.
though not necessarily tactically sound. I can't set fire to. I assume that's right, Ben. I don't really have sort of fire making.
no, I mean nobody. Well, you could make like a little
Radiation
fire,
blast things.
but in fairness, you don't know how this sugary liquid would burn,
Does
or
my
even if it
radiation
would burn.
blast work, by the way?
Yeah.
And that's coming out of my mouth, by the way.
Really, I'm shocked, stunned. I tell you, I would never have expected it.
Well, it's that or the groin, you know.
You inflict 1 point of damage for every mutation point you spend,
Oh dear.
and it requires you to spend a point of rot, which is used. So you have to have absorbed some rot.
Well, I've got one of those, so
But
that's
you've
good.
got-
Yeah.
So
But yes,
I've
you could
absorbed
give
a point
someone
of
a
rot.
point of rot damage.
Oh, so I need to get dirty with the radioactive things. This is like the
Yeah.
whole point of the character, right? Okay, cool.
Yep.
That I've got that rat, by the way. You know, like
I have
You're not-
one on an arrow.
You're not going to sprinkle your rat. You're not going to.
I will need the arrow back at some
just
point.
dab the armpits with a
Candy
rat
cat.
every now and then.
Nice.
Well, see, if you
Classy
smell
crew.
a rat, you
Come
don't
on.
smell of you don't smell of sweat if you smell a dead rat.
Exactly. And
Precisely.
everyone loves the
You-
smell of dead rat.
Lynx, dead rat.
It's like a freshly baked loaf of the post-apocalypse.
Mm.
A baked
Right.
rat. Anyway, let's go. I'm just gonna walk out. I'm bored of this building now. Just gonna walk out the door.
Okay.
Arrow will sort of sigh and look back at the jellyfish.
It looks
Or could have
like
been
to you that this whole zone
walkout.
may well be somewhat infested with those jellies. You see a few of them bobbing around outside,
Ooh,
but they do seem to prefer the inside more.
I think we should stay clear of most of the buildings.
Do you know your way from here?
Absolutely. I am the elite stalker of the zone.
He's one of the best stalkers in the castle. Come on.
Yes.
Just give. He's got to do his thing. Yeah, just stand back. Let him do his thing.
Thank you. I will do
Right,
my
find a
thing.
path for us.
I will do my thing.
Just so no.
To the
There we go. Now we're talking.
That
is-
seems more like the roles.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
It's Mornington back in action. Bring on the giant lizards. Come on.
So Mornington, back in true Mornington style,
Whoops,
And
we
none of
went
my viewers
south.
going to spend 1,000 Garblag groats to give someone a
we've been
reroll.
forgetting about Garblag
That's
Croats,
fine.
haven't we? It's all been all quiet on the chat, hasn't it? Oh no, it hasn't.
I
There we
think
go.
they're just wrapped in the
must be
the
what it
is.
dating session
They're
that's
just
going on.
waiting.
before they-
Worried? I think worried is.
They're quite impressed, Lewis, by you. Lewis really has the serial killer thing nailed. He
Suckermantium
has.
is the best stalker because all the others are rubbish.
Yes.
Just waiting for Lewis to stare at the screen and say, "Hello, Clarice."
Not yet. We'll wait.
Yeah, got to keep them on edge.
He's
Yeah.
going to eat that rat.
Okay, so we've stumbled around
Maybe
into
not
the
just that
lake.
rat.
Is that what you're
Some
saying?
fava beans and a chilled Chianti.
Apparently so, yes.
Well,
Never chilled red wine, barbarians.
it was a Monte Pachani. That depends. Technically, they're meant to be
Ooh, how
18
was-
degrees.
Yeah, but that's room temperature.
My
Yours was a
room at the moment
Montepulciano,
is
was it?
24 degrees. So
That was why I couldn't drink wine a couple of weeks back. But
yeah.
Too damn
Red
hot.
wine with an ice cube in a hot day is actually quite nice.
No,
Oh, yeah.
Pete. No.
In the
no.
Maldives, that's how they serve you red wine.
If you put it in the fridge for
This is why we
about
built an
5 to
empire
10
on
minutes
gin.
yeah,
Gin
before you drink it,
Gin's
then it'll
gross.
cool it down
Gin
from
is
21
lighter
to
fluid.
about 18.
We didn't build it on gin. We built it on tonic. Gin was just there to make the tonic not awful.
Yeah, because tonic's horrible.
Tonic is gross on its own. What is going? Anyway, let's
Don't say anything. I actually like drinking.
get horribly
Right, so-
murdered by the end of the episode. 'cause
Yeah,
I'm
come on.
only here for
You
one session.
wander. You wander for a little while, but clearly you're a bit more shaken by those air jellies than you thought you were. And you very quickly find yourself kind of sludging through marshy ground.
I found water, everyone.
You have found water, but
Well done.
it's
You walked
Thank
kind
you.
of the lake.
I'm sorry, are you guiding this party?
Well, you can see his house from here.
No, but it'd be good if someone was.
Ooh. A rump.
I'm going to take a big slurp of the water. I'm
I'm going to
thirsty.
roll
Go for them rot points.
D66. That's what I'm going to do.
So
You have a rot point if you're taking a big slurp of the water.
that's fine. That's fine. Lupine Shiro's just said whiskey and bourbon is the way to go, and I agree. Absolutely, I've been drinking
do I.
bourbon tonight.
Oh.
Oh, 6. What?
6 and a 2.
What's
I'm
up,
trying to
six
use
and
the tables because I know you love a good table, Pete. That's what I'm doing over this side of the screen. I'm looking
Hey,
at
man.
tables.
They're just like world building and narrative, like built
Yep.
in for you, allowing you
I
to
know.
an evolving narrative.
This week, I'd like to be killed by some sort of mutated stag.
Hey, perfect timing.
We also need someone to ride it, potentially
Oh, that's
lie
true.
under its hooves and get
For the
trampled.
Dragonlance
haven't done
game,
that
I'm
yet.
making little random tables for each type of hex within the city of Calamand,
Oh,
so that as the party journey through the city,
You've got
different
different-
events will crop
different
up,
random-
and it'll be like slightly generic, and I'll tie it into the evolving story.
no.
But yeah, put the map for that on Twitter the other day
I know.
and on the Discord.
I missed that one. What's happening, voice in my head?
On Facebook.
Right.
Is it fish people?
It's beginning to
Fish
look a lot like
Like
fish.
fish
men.
people.
Right.
I'm singing in the lake.
Now we know not to drink the lake water usually, but he's thirsty.
Do
So,
we?
Canary
let's
dog.
have some scout roll, comprehend, or know the zone.
Oh,
No,
no,
I'm
zone,
ambivalent on
obviously.
which role you want to make: scout, comprehend, or know the zone.
I would like to know the zone, please,
You
Ben.
may indeed know the
We
zone.
all rolling.
I'm actually not bad at know the zone.
Any of you may.
I know the zone,
Any or all.
kind of.
Oh, push it.
I'm going to push.
I'm going to watch you drink the water as well.
I'm
and
drinking the
ask
water
you
and
how
I'm
it
sniffing the air and
tastes.
It's not so tasty.
What do you
but it's
feel
all-
right now?
There we
That
go.
was a pushed roll.
That was,
That was
yes.
a push roll.
Yeah.
That was a pushed roll. Ooh, now
Do
we
I
need
get
to
a
see what
mutation?
happens.
For the failure, but there's a bad thing.
The mutation is the failure bad thing. Pushing roll, page 44. Here we go.
I should have got a mutation earlier then, but we've moved
Do I
on
get
so
a
far
point?
since then.
But still get a bad thing, or do you not get a point and get a bad thing?
Right, let me have a
I've
quick
never
look. Do,
played
do,
Mutant
do,
Year
do,
Zero.
do. You can
I'd-
push your
I'd
roll.
have
That means you
really.
grab all the dice that didn't come up.
No Forbidden Lands, but I don't know Mutant Year Zero.
Oh, I really
as
want to
well,
play
so-
Forbidden Lands, and I backed Twilight 2000 the other day.
Did
When you push
Yeah.
yourself, there is a chance that you will exhaust yourself. When you push a roll, you suffer 1 point of trauma for the attribute used for every biohazard you roll.
Oh, dear.
Okay, so you get 1 point of whatever the
brain damage.
Ooh.
What is it?
Wits.
For me, know the zone. What's know the zone? Wits.
Wits.
Okay, 1 point of wits damage.
So you take a point of wits damage. The water tastes funny and makes your eyes go a bit wobbly.
And how do you feel now?
Get a mutation point
Oh, I
for
thought you
every
would.
point of trauma suffered.
Boom, 2 mutation points.
There you go.
I'm going to dish out some radioactive
I was thinking it's
breath weapon soon. Godzilla!
You're going to belch at people, aren't you?
Yeah, it's like a stinky burp.
Feel free to aim at Mornington Crescent.
No, let's not.
So you can't fail when using a mutation, but every time you use a mutation point to activate it, the mutation might misfire. Right, so that's when you get your new mutations. When you actually use them, you
and
roll a dice.
And it goes wrong. Okay.
Yes, and it can misfire then. Right, so it's not when you push rolls. You push rolls, you get mutation points.
Yeah.
But when you've got mutation points and you activate a mutation with them, it might mutate you some more if you get a misfire.
But I took some wits trauma, so I'm closer to being confused.
Yes.
But I think I'm probably confused anyway.
Yeah, seems like it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Mornington Crescent, you notice that in the shallows there are long, slender fish flailing around not too far from the shore.
Fish!
No, bad fish.
Bad fish.
That means this is gutfish spawning water.
Gutfish spawning water. Harrow, this is really interesting on a scientific level. There are some really interesting gutfish over there. Maybe you'd like to add them to your collection.
Harrow will look at them and then sort of notice.
Now, you do have one in your collection, quite likely now, because what gutfish do is they're a little tiny parasite, and when you eat or drink things that have got them in, they nest in your stomach, and then they eat your food, and they grow and they grow and they grow until they're about 6 feet long, and then they chew their way free.
Can I
Chestburster!
roll?
Like a gut burster.
Roll a comprehend roll or something to
like Dreamcatcher, where
remember that.
And it comes
well, you don't need
Information.
to remember that because Mornington Crescent already has.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you want to make a comprehend roll, you can make a comprehend roll.
At Canary
because
and go, how are you feeling now?
Because while Mornington knows that from his know the zone, if you want to make a comprehend roll to remember that information, that's a good idea.
I am not passing on this information.
I do know that.
You do indeed know that.
And I start sticking very close to Canary, sort of looking at how pasty he looks.
He's going to need some kind of fairly severe medical intervention. If
so
not
I've got
now,
gutfish in me.
You've got gutfish.
Oh no.
I like to think that Harrow
have
kind
an
of
idea
which is a perfect time actually for everybody to make
would lie.
to use up a point of their grub.
Oh.
So if everybody could spend a point of their grub, Pete, that's 2 for you.
2 for me.
And more if you want to heal as well.
Eating for 2.
Can I eat another one to heal my strength damage?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
I'm going to bask in the life-giving rays of the grey clouds.
Catching the rats and things, does that add to my grub level?
Yes, it does. Each rat qualifies as a point of grub.
So if I went up by 1, but down by 3, so I'm down by 2.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm on 4.
If I'm using my mutation to soak up the ambient UV, do I have to roll or do I just do it?
Spend a mutation point.
Yes.
And you roll 1 basic yellow dice.
1 basic yellow
Set
dice.
something to 1 and roll it.
Yep. And hope for a failure. It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah,
I like
nice
the central bit with the different dice.
Yeah!
That's very handy.
Hey, new mutation.
Right.
You explode.
Does that mean you mutate?
Your mutant powers run
Eventually.
amok,
Yeah.
and you suffer 1 point of permanent trauma. Choose which attribute is affected.
I'd like it to be
Does that-
empathy, please.
Does that
So
basically
you
put your-
lose a permanent point of empathy, and then you roll d66.
Oh man, I've got to push some of these mutant rolls.
Oh, fingers crossed, everybody.
Pushing rolls
Here
is
we
the
go.
best in Year Zero.
51. Or
Ooh,
are you doing
good
reverse?
shout.
What do I get for 51? What do I get? What do I
You
get? What do I
get Tracker.
That
that, which would
sounds
be useful for you.
useful.
Finally,
It
he'll be able to do his job properly.
Suddenly, he actually knows where he's going.
He
Somebody help
turns
any of you
himself
buggers.
into, or tries to like activate his mutant powers, and he kind of flashes a
Oh.
bit green
Hang on.
for a little while.
I'm a
And then
tree.
something weird happens to his face. Basically, the effect of the mutation is this: so you decide if there's a physical aspect to it. The sense of smell is extremely well developed. You can follow the trail of a person or monster like a bloodhound, sense an enemy sneaking up on you, or smell grub out in the zone.
Ooh,
You basically gain a
super
canine sense of smell.
You've basically become Barkington.
I am. Sense enemies, smell grub, track anything, pretty much.
Yeah.
Can I roll to heal my point of agility damage?
To heal your point of agility damage, you will need to rest.
Oh,
I don't think we should rest here.
no, that's all right.
I smell mud.
And
Candied
gutfish.
rat.
Rank water.
Rank water. Mini gutfish. You two. You don't smell
Rat
at all
deodorant.
good.
Remember, it's a mutation point to activate that power. So,
Yeah, I don't need to activate that to know they don't smell good.
yeah, you don't need to activate
No.
that.
Okay, good.
So there you go. You have developed a new mutation and
Yes.
care less about humans as a result.
Well, that's
So probably not a canine sense of smell if you're losing empathy, because they could be quite empathetic. Maybe it's more lizard-like and you can taste the air.
Oh, I like that. Yes, it's the tongue.
Snake-like.
What? Why are you looking at me like that?
No,
Artie Crouch
no
Jr.
reason. How are you feeling right
I'm
now?
fine. Get away from me.
Okay.
I think it's
First
my turn with the
healer
vest now.
Ever.
Look around him. Just to see.
It's like, if I do get injured, I'd like to just die, please. I'd like to have made a badge that says "Do not resuscitate."
In all honesty, for Canary Wolf, I kind of want to see if Harrow can work out where the equilibrium is of I can keep this gutterfish and remove it from him, but also maybe keep him alive.
Yeah. I'm looking at the chat and people are basically all saying they're not spending any groats on us in this game because they're saving them all for tomorrow
That seems fair.
And,
because they need them.
yeah, we've accepted how this is going to go, so that's
Yeah.
fine.
Sorry about that.
Look
Yeah,
at it this
we're
way.
just
Our
looking
next
in
characters
chat.
will get everything.
People are saving their groats for the alien game because we need them more.
Right, flesh bags. Time we were moving.
Mornington Crescent has just developed a tracker mutation.
And
Yes.
lost basically what little empathy I ever had.
You haven't gone to
Empathy now.
0 empathy, have you?
Got one.
Yeah,
Oh.
mine too.
Be honest, I have 5 empathy. Still not.
They care
I
too
really
little.
feel
You care
everything.
way too much.
Right, come on, meat shield.
Yes.
Repeat. Good man.
Hmm.
Creepy
So where do
guy.
you want to go?
Let's
You're on
go.
the shores of the lake, and you realise that as you can see off in the distance, the walls of the castle.
Yes. Well, let's not go that
Round in a
way.
circle.
No. It's all planned.
So you're going to
search
go
grid.
back north and through the Cineworld, or are you
No.
going to go west along the
West.
edge of the lake?
We're going to head west along the edge of the lake. The best place to find water is near water.
Harrow will turn to Canary Wolf at that point. Are you still feeling thirsty?
No, I've just drank some water, so I'm okay for now.
Never
hungry,
hurts
though.
to
I'm always
have,
hungry.
have a bit more.
What, from the lake?
Yeah.
So there we go. Now the lake
Okay.
here is like the mouth of the lake. This is where the river, in the tired and most sludgy way imaginable, spills out into the area where the lake is. There's what looks like some giant shoes sticking up. No, they're further around. What am I talking about? Ignore me. Not Woolwich, you're still you're out in Essex. Thames Barrier's further round.
Estuarine, isn't it?
Silly man.
Thames Gateway.
They
is
could
what
have
else.
It's
moved.
embarrassing because I used
It
to
doesn't
live
matter.
like 2 doors down from the Thames Barrier, and I could walk 10 steps from my front door to the river and see them. So I should probably know a
remember,
bit
Ben,
better.
There was an apocalypse.
There
Yeah.
was, but it
May
didn't
not
move
be-
the Thames Barrier.
Might have done.
But none of us
I don't-
remember where that was.
Yeah, we
True.
don't know.
We don't know.
Could be anywhere.
Internal consistency is important to me. Anyway, so the river here spills sludgily into the lake area. Sludgily is a new verb that I
Love
just
it.
Behold the
Or is it an
mighty
adjective? That's an adjective.
waterfall. Bask in its majesty.
But
Try
there is
not to
more
be
land
majesty.
here than water. And you have come a long way around. In the distance, you can sort of vaguely make out where the ark is. It's getting dark, so they've lit some fires and there are some lights on the horizon. But it is now dark in the zone.
We should probably make camp.
Yeah, unless you have some kind of light source.
Definitely.
No.
Camp making is probably your
I have-
best bet.
Do you have any of those
A
glowing
raid-
cockroaches?
I have a single radioactive cockroach in a
I've got a
cup.
bunch of them. I get a little, my like.
I am
I've got a little
staying the
Tupperware, like
hell
a
away
relative
from you two.
Tupperware box, which is just like full of. They're all like rattling around inside it. I'm like, yeah, there you go.
Staying away from you two. It's dangerous.
Can I just turn the
He's just
Tupperware
running-
box upside
running
down
off.
on the
Running
on the
away.
floor and it's like a little light.
In the dark, another enormous building looms up by the side of the lake near you. It looks like there was once a road that led past here, but it's in the lake now. And there is this single large square building with massive doors on it that look like they're made of metal and that they slide upwards.
This is interesting.
It
Should we
might be a place to make camp. It might be a horrible risk
Do you
to
want me to
life
check
and
it
limb.
out?
Yeah, go on, Canary.
Mary,
Okay. I'm going to
have
walk
a
over.
look.
I assume like shutters type thing. Ben,
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
big
I'm
roll.
gonna walk
shutters,
over.
shutters.
and I'm going to listen at like press my ear up to it, see if I can hear anything.
All you can hear is the metal sort of rattling slightly in the breeze.
Harrow's going to stick fairly close and sort of be at his shoulder. Just looking at him as you listen.
Oh, creepy.
I really want that
I'm
gut
going to
fish.
slide the shutter up. Oh, it's rolling some
Dice be
dice.
rolling.
Yeah.
Ooh, you get dismembered.
Again?
I'll turn to Harrow and say, "Stay behind me."
Oh, I will. Don't worry.
So,
Lewis, you're doing it.
wedging the door
creepy
open,
job.
inside there is rows and rows of shelves with decayed cardboard boxes,
Stuff.
rusted junk lying here and there everywhere
Okay.
in the room. It looks like some kind of huge storage area.
No entry sign in hand. Oh, it's like a self-storage building. Right, I'm gonna walk in and I'm gonna, like looking.
Okay, make a scout check.
We're all going to follow him in. Can I
I'll
close the
definitely
shutters
follow him.
behind us?
Yep.
I will do that.
Is there any light inside if you do that, other than my cuppa cockroach?
Scouting.
Copper
And there wasn't
cockroach.
any light outside either.
No,
true.
dark.
The cockroaches
Okay.
don't emit light
I'm not
in
very
that
good at
kind of degree.
scouting.
You can make out their outline from the amount of light. Oh, that's still pretty good. There is a long
Boom.
in the ground, straight along this space between the shelves. There's this furrow about a foot high, straight along the ground, like it's been ripped up by something
Under the ground.
under the ground.
Whoa.
Ground sharks.
Ground sharks, indeed. What's going on here? Walk over and whack the ground. The raised ground.
Love it.
Mornington, grab the shutter.
Yeah, it collapses down into
Was
what
there
looks
like
like
a-
the other half of a tunnel under there.
Okay.
Yeah,
I guess, like,
it's a tunnel about as big around
just
as
checking the size
your
of the beast.
thigh,
Oh, okay.
maybe.
So like some sort of giant centipede, large rat type thing. Okay, I'm gonna like pull at the earth.
Rats. Why does it always
I'm
have to
gonna
be
stand
rats?
there. I've made an exit point for it. This is the easiest place, and it knows I'm here. You guys check this place, and I'll watch the hole.
Okay. All right.
Let's have some scouting.
Yeah.
Can I use my scavenger special thingy?
Yes, you can.
Ooh,
Use your
goody.
scavenger
What does that
special
do?
thingy.
I have increased chances of finding awesome loot, according to my notes.
Fat loot, I think it's called.
Arrow's just going to look around, but he's more interested in what's happening inside Canary than
I don't know what happened there.
What gear were you using?
That's maybe it wasn't meant to be gear, but that was my scavenger feat bonus.
Yeah, you've got 2 gear dice there. That's what the
Yeah.
black ones are.
Yeah.
So you've got a success and a fail.
And another fail.
Underneath one of the shelves, you find a can of something, like one of the grub cans.
Oh.
So a ration of grub of some kind. Harrow, likewise, you find a ration of grub on the floor as well.
I'm gonna bring it over to Canary and just sort of hand him the can.
But I
You
pop
said
that
you
can.
were hungry earlier.
I'm always hungry, mate. So I've got rat and cockroach. I'm fine. I don't need any of that fancy shit.
Okay, I'll keep hold of it in case you need it. You should probably eat some more though.
Pop another cockroach.
Why are you fattening him up?
You hear something sort of rustling out there in the darkness.
We should definitely stay in here.
No, I mean out there in the warehouse.
Some fun
Oh.
going on in the chat.
But okay. But if we don't find out what it is,
There we go. Genius.
it might come in here.
I think it's
is
already
in
in
here.
here. I think that's the problem.
Well, don't you want to know what it is?
Yes, I want to know what it is. I want to kill it, and then I want to eat it.
Canary.
Canary, can you hear the rustling?
He's a bit busy moderating at the
Sorry,
moment.
I'm moderating the chat. Someone's putting rude things in the chat. So I thought I'd
No.
block and time out them just to, just in case
Oh,
they
they're
got
on a
bit
timeout.
excited.
That's serious telling off.
Mm.
Especially in PG-12 Saturday morning
I think
cartoon.
we've gone beyond that. It's not
Yeah.
toxic. It's not Toxic Avenger anymore. It's
Frankly, I was more offended by Pepe the Frog than I was by the word cock.
true.
I
True.
concur.
If that's your first interaction in chat, though, expect.
Aye.
Yeah. Cool. Anyway, sorry. Carry on.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for giving
I
us
was
clicks.
slightly distracted there. Carry on.
So, yes, you can hear it rumbling around somewhere in the warehouse.
We're sending you to look at it.
Yeah.
We need
you
to
don't even
secure
need to
this
send me.
warehouse.
My
It's already
Canary is trained and like he's a big lump, and basically people send him forward. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna move forward towards the sound to be like, yep, stay back, guys. I'm gonna look at Harrow. Have you got the vest on?
I'll
Okay,
adjust my
great,
gaffer
right.
tape.
Okay, kind of Dune-based question a little bit, but how are you walking?
I'm alternating
Without
my steps,
rhythm.
so it's an infrequent. No, I'm just plodding forward. Not even
Okay, so
thinking
you're a
about it.
big bloke and you're plodding along. You're not
Yeah, yeah.
sneaking or anything.
Yeah, no.
Actually, yeah.
Well, I might actually try to sneak, but not in any kind of like roll kind of way, like he's like thinks he's being, you know. But
I would like to activate stealth mode, please.
Okay.
yeah.
So you activate
Arrow
stealth mode.
always walks basically without rhythm because of his bad leg. So he's sort of always
yeah,
dragging
I
something.
like it.
Coco.
I like it.
I was living in the
That's good.
desert when I first read Dune. So every time I went out into the actual desert from that point, I got into the habit of walking asynchronously. And people would look at me like, have you hurt your leg? You're like, no. Why are you walking like that? And I'd be like,
Watch out for the
sandworms.
sandworms, dude.
Yeah.
there.
Never go to
And they'd look back at
Mongolia.
me and they'd be like, bless the maker in his passing. He is come and cleanse the world.
I step forward.
That's another one I'm waiting for this year.
Yes.
Yes. So you step and you step and you step, and Mornington Crescent goes all stealthy.
You seen my roll?
Doesn't go all stealthy. Goes all stealthy. Steps in a
That's
bucket.
a little jig.
Clank.
Oh, I
clank,
found a bucket!
clank.
Brilliant! I'm adding the bucket. I'm having the bucket. I found a bucket, everybody.
Ooh,
Right.
I can use that for the gutterfish.
It's my bucket.
Well, we may need it later.
Get your own.
Trust me, we may need it later.
I do not trust you.
I've got the no entry
Still
sign
need it.
now without the kind of concrete bit at the bottom. So it's just the pole and the kind of slightly, hopefully the sky jellyfish nibbled it so much that it's got a slightly jagged edge to it.
Serrated edge to it.
Yeah, so I'm like holding that now as my axe.
By now,
I want you to roll
it's a
one
half
gear
moon
dice
shape.
for it, but it can't roll successes.
What does that mean?
That means I want you to roll a gear dice with it so that I see if and when it breaks.
Okay, right, okay.
It doesn't give you any
Okay,
particular
no
bonus
but
to
it
your
might break.
attacks.
Okay, cool.
But it might break because of the acid damage.
Okay.
Actually, in fairness, it's an ecking great metal pole that you're landing something with. No, it's not got a sharpened edge. Right. So yeah, roll a gear dice with it, but the successes on the gear dice don't count.
Okay.
I just want to see if it snaps.
Okay.
It's funny.
It's fun.
Then you have 2 metal poles.
And you're
Pain.
expecting it when it happens, but
Nunchucks.
a furrow comes racing towards you in the very, very dim light along the ground, ripping up the ground around you. And then it bursts open, and out of the ground rears up this giant worm creature. Huge, great,
Tremors.
burrowing worm, twice the length of you at least, based on how much of it is rearing up out of the ground
Dinner.
to nearly your chest height.
Dinner, breakfast, and lunch.
And it's as thick around as your leg.
Oh.
And you hit it
I've got to swing it.
because it's right there.
Yep.
Go on then, make a fight check.
Here we go. So
But Jack,
I need
but
to
Jack.
add a gear die, but a success does not count. So fight. 1 gear die. Roll. Oh, can I push?
You can.
Push it.
I can re-roll everything, can't I?
Yes.
Except the one.
Boom. Let's take it. So I get a
There
point.
we go.
I get a mutation point.
Yes.
How do I activate my screaming radiation death thing?
You spend as many radiation points, as many
I like.
mutation points as you like,
Yep.
as long as you've got the rot points for it.
Yep.
And it will take
But is that
strength
like
damage.
that's my action for the round kind of thing? If
Yeah,
I were
you
to
get
do
2
that.
actions. You get like a quick action and a slow action. So
Okay,
you
yeah,
could
like
hit it
Alien,
and
yeah.
breathe on it, but you can't do 2 hits or 2 mutation attacks.
Okay. This round, because I've been waiting for it, I'm just going to whack it with the
Whang!
axe, with the
And your sign hits against the side of this thing, and it's really tough. It's got this thick hide on it.
Mhm. But that's so. Is it base damage 2 like the other axe?
Yes.
So I do 3 damage. Is that right?
So you do 3 points of damage to it. Yes,
But I had a biohazard.
you did. I don't know what to do with that right now.
It'll just bank it. Don't worry.
I could just
It'll come back.
Oh, I know
Yeah.
what I can do with that.
One of the
vibration all the way
cockroaches
up the-
explodes.
no, because it's like
Oh.
not a designed weapon. I could just get like a vibration along it that like goes up my arm, and I take a point of strength.
You don't need to take a point of damage from that yet. So you hit
I
it,
like that, yeah.
whang,
Yet.
and it crunches against the side of the thing, and it rears sideways, and it opens its face,
More.
and it's got this sort of expanding mandibles
Nice.
and loads of circular teeth inside.
Like
So
to
these
shoot
big
it in the face.
jaws open up. It goes,
Like that Blade film where the vampires have like,
Oh, the tripod. Oh, I'd never liked that.
yeah, it's
Just-
rubbish, but
That was
like,
very
but
funny.
like that.
I quite like them. I thought they were quite good. I like the idea of the vampires trying to evolve their race and really fucking it up.
I
Isn't
would
that
like-
what we're doing?
To shoot the blight worm in the face.
Shoot the death worm. It's a death worm.
It's a
You know, you
boar
can call
worm.
it that.
Not the boar worms.
Not the
Now, if it was a boar worm, it would be talking more like that
Yeah.
and screaming at
Not
you in
the boar
Afrikaans.
worms.
Oh, man, why are you
I always
hitting
think
me
of
with the
rock
pole?
mobs, though.
I got 2
For
and
some
2.
reason, I really want to drown it and see if I can make anything.
You did get 2
Sorry,
and
too
2.
much, Stu.
And so you shoot it through Canary's ear.
Yes!
Slices your ear in half, straight
Sorry.
down the side.
Oh,
Take
you
a point
can't
of
hear me.
strength damage.
Sorry.
How much?
1 point of strength damage,
Okay.
and you hit the creature.
Motherfucker!
This is normal.
It's not an attack if he doesn't shoot someone as well as the creature.
Good job, I've got 5 strength, isn't it?
It's quite dark in here. It's difficult to see. What
It's
you're
how I
doing.
was taught.
Aim for the nearest person.
How much
Keep
damage does
going.
your arrows do?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I still don't know. You asked me that last time. I
I'm
didn't know
pretty sure
then
they
either.
do 1 plus successes then.
Yeah, probably. So
Wait,
2 points of
I think
damage.
I've got it. Open a bow does 1 damage.
Yeah.
There you go.
there we go. Thank you.
Right, and then the worm is going to.
Oh, can I hit it?
Oh yes, sorry, Lewis. I get
I
you
want
with a
to
healer.
sort of limp
Standing back.
forwards, then just start mashing it with the machete.
Go on then.
Basically, everything he imagines doing to anyone else is now coming out.
Gently stroking its hair.
Yeah, there.
Now he doesn't gently
Ooh.
stroke the hair until he's collected it after.
That's a lot of dice. to
That's
have
an
one
unfortunate
biohazard.
roll.
Push it.
What's that? A
Yeah.
biohazard.
It is a
Oh.
biohazard.
Push it.
You get
It's
some
not the
mutation
same as a
points.
fail, though. That's mutation point potential.
It is a mutation point, that's true.
I'm gonna push it.
Push it.
I succeed
Chat has
with
quite
1.
rightly pointed out, isn't that how it started before Mornington wounded Tutu?
Before Mornington killed everyone.
I didn't kill everybody.
Almost.
Dog lived.
Just 50%
Yeah,
of people.
The dog was fine.
At a given point, 2 of us were broken. The dog hadn't done anything, so couldn't have been hurt.
So you hit it with the machete and it kind of, you're envisaging this sort of mighty hacking motion and it kind of just chips a little bit out of its armored
My
exoskeleton.
machete apparently does 2 damage, though, so that's not bad.
A little bit better than I thought.
Mostly bludgeoning, I think, at this point.
Now the death worm gets to have a go. And
I'm
it is
going to be
to-
trying to present the biggest target to it.
Oh, it's going for you.
Yeah, that's cool.
Got the most meat on you.
Oh yeah.
Slash.
I'm also carrying like 12 smelling dead animals. So
And you ate 12 smelling dead animals.
So, meta point. If the deathworm eats Canary Wharf, who has
does
a
the thing in my
gutfish
gut go in?
in him, will it then kill the deathworm?
Not straight away, but eventually, yeah.
Okay.
I don't think
and
Mornington is kind of making notes, and this is an
plunges
interesting way to get rid of these.
Jaw
Harrow is
right
thinking
into
that
the
bucket might
center of
still
your
be
chest
useful.
with a sickening crunch.
Ooh.
You take 3 points of strength damage. Yeah.
Not quite broken, but very nearly there.
I let go of the no entry sign because clearly it didn't take any notice of it, and I'm gonna punch it in the face.
Yeah.
I'm gonna radiation.
Burn
I'm
it,
gonna go.
burn it, yes.
3 points of strength
Burn
damage.
it.
I've only got one
Burn
left.
So, however many points of.
3.
So you're spending 3 mutation
I'm
points
spending 3 mutation points.
and using up all of your rot.
I've got 2 rots, so I only use one of
Got-
those, don't I?
2 rot, so it's only 2 mutation points that it costs then.
Oh, all right.
Because you
Okay.
can only spend as many as you have rot.
Gotcha. Right, so I lose 2 rot, and I lose 2 mutation.
Yes, and then you roll 1 base dice to see if it misfires.
Oh, okay. Right.
Cross your
okay.
fingers, it does, because that's fun.
And usually what happens.
Hang on, let's get the roll screen up.
A 1 in 6 chance of it
Okay.
misfiring.
Ready.
Not
My
with
experience,
us.
it's a 1 in 1.
The
Yeah.
ridges
Maybe
on
1
my
in 2
forehead
at best.
light up slowly. And I go, oh.
Kablamo.
Burn it.
No misfires.
So the ridges on his head light up and the light in the room visibly brightens
Ooh.
as his mouth starts glowing and his eyes start glowing with pure rot as it blasts its way out of his mouth and onto the creature,
That's not normal.
searing the back of its head, caving in the back of its skull and killing it outright as he cooks its brain with radiation. Sorry, rot.
Okay, I'm not eating that now.
I'm eating it. I'm already.
You
eating it,
restock
really
your
hungry.
rot. Yeah, there we go.
I'm knackered. I'm really hurt.
I might eat the other end.
Harrow will come over to you and say, do you need me to patch you up?
Good job. Good job it was me standing here, eh? That's what they sent me out here for.
Yeah, not the guy with the armored vest or anything.
Yeah. You did a very good job.
Hey,
You did a very good job, Canary.
I'm going to grab Harrow and sit down and just be like, do thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to search the death worm.
I'm gonna cut off bits of the death worm and try and bleed the plasma and apply it to...
Are you going to heal him first?
Yeah, well, that's my attempt at healing.
That's not healing. That's like injecting someone with worm juice.
He's the
Like
healer.
healing,
But
only
that's
the
what
other
I'm
thing.
doing,
Don't
and
argue.
it's gonna work. I hope.
So make a heal roll.
Injecting me with worm juice.
Hey, look,
There
it
you
works.
go.
It works. Yeah.
So he's patching you up, but in the process, now make another heal roll. Okay.
Push it.
Push it.
Push it.
He's not gonna.
The second heal roll is you're experimenting on him. Heal roll.
Oh,
push that
First one is to patch
See,
him up.
one.
The second
I
one is to do.
told
horrible
you you
things
should have
in the
pushed it.
process.
Push
Yeah,
that one. Come on, you still got time.
but I'm still banking the gutterfish that's living in him now. I'll just keep fattening him up.
Okay, so well, the worm icor doesn't appear to do very much, but you managed to patch him up a little bit.
Is there anything in the worm?
Is there anything in the worm? Yes, there are a couple of cans of grub.
I will pocket
And
those.
by a couple, I mean 3.
I will definitely pocket those. Then I will hack up the worm for dinner. Nom nom nom.
Which will get you another 3 portions of grub.
Harrow
Rubs up.
will whisper to Canary whilst he's healing him up. I'm pretty sure he just took our dinner.
No, I'm sharing out the big steaks.
Pretty sure he just took something.
What? Just like took what? What? Mornington, what's going on?
What? I have juicy worm steaks. Who wants one?
Do you need to ask?
Here you go, Canary. I got you 2.
Oh,
Harrow, you want one?
Harrow will watch Canary eat those and then go, yeah, sure, I'll have one. And sort of grab one from behind without looking away. Intently focused.
I like to dribble it up his arm.
There you go.
He's not at all concerned.
So are you going to camp for the night then?
Yes,
Now that the threat has been dealt with,
we hope.
you hope.
If we could be off the ground, if there's any counters or enough shells, we could.
Yeah, you can tip some shelves over and raise yourselves up.
Yeah, I would like to do that.
It's good thinking.
Yeah.
So you do that, and that means that you can heal back your strength damage and
Agility damage.
Agility damage as well. No, oh yes, it is. It's agility damage because that's fatigue, and your wits damage as well.
okay.
Yeah, because the rest will help you get that back.
The healing
So
power of
how much
sleep.
food can I eat?
You can eat 4 rations of grub if you want.
I mean,
I'll
how long
you
does
can
it
eat
take?
that,
Like, or do I just
well,
sit there for half
it's-
an hour and eat the food?
You're basically just sitting there shoveling food in your face. You need 1 portion of grub a day. You need 2 portions of grub a day because of your little
Maybe.
visit. As
I'll-
long as you
I'll
get
chow
1
down
portion of grub a
and rest.
day, you survive fine. But you can also spend grub to heal.
Harrow will offer up that extra can.
But does that mean I
he,
need to use some of
tried
my
earlier.
grub supplies?
There's the 2 worm steaks. There's
Yep. I had 4.
You had 4, so yes, you would need to use up some of your rations.
2 of mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Want one of mine?
I've still got 2 left. We're a team, so don't worry.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
offering
we're a
it to
team.
you.
There's no
Yeah.
iron team, but there is
Yeah.
one in Mornington Crescent.
There is
In
meat.
Harrow's
Just wanna get
mind,
up
the
to-
moment you accept it means that you're accepting the bargain for the fish. For
I'm
your...
not taking that food from
for
you.
your
I've
food.
just eaten.
And I believe that is probably the best point to leave it at this session.
Nobody's
Ordinarily, I would
died.
try and get you
No,
back to
we're
the
all
ark.
fine.
I'm dead man walking.
That's true. That's true. That's good. Actually, I like that.
Yeah, he does have a
I
gut.
really
got a
wound.
want
slow
to keep you
burn.
alive, though.
Yeah, and if we can get
Yeah,
you
he's
back to
still
the
like,
I
ark,
want the fish, but I also want you to stay alive for potentially other fish in the future.
I wonder how long he's got. Let's find out.
roll a die.
Oh, hang on.
7
week.
minutes. A week. Oh. Well,
A week.
Can I roll for Harrow to take a guess at how big he imagines the fish is now?
He's only recently put it in there, so it's going to be
Yeah.
I'm a big guy
microscopic
though,
still.
so it's gonna be a big
And
fish.
but he's eating a
But
lot.
he's been
so this
eating a
thing
lot,
is
so
growing fast.
And I don't care what I eat as well. It's just all. It's all
Yeah,
happening.
it's like, oh well, it's radioactive. Never mind, eh?
well, help.
Look, Psychomantium put, it's been fun to watch. Well done, guys. World builder, you did not exceed the alien death count yet.
No, we
Oh, I
tried.
know.
And then
I'm-
Lupine
I'm-
Shuri
I
put,
really
"Also
thought
bursty
someone was
things
gonna
seem to
kill
follow
Harrow."
you, Pete."
I'm only on session 2 though, and the alien game is on session 6. So technically, I'm ahead.
That's true. But tomorrow is session 7, and I think the death count might go up.
I think the
Section
death
X,
count might
7.
just go up tomorrow. So thank you very much for joining us this evening, lovely viewers. Don't forget our prize giveaway thing, any Free League core rulebook of your choice, available from the good folks here at Garblag Central and also the intern. To win, just go to our YouTube replay of episode 1 and comment with your favorite quote from a post-apocalyptic film. And you could be winning that next week. We will be announcing the winner live on stream. I know, right? Pretty dynamic stuff.
Whoa.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you to everybody in chat for giving us little snippets of entertainment as we went through. Really appreciate the number of people that have started sort of coming along for the games and sort of chipping in with nice little commentary along the side. It's quite funny. So we'll see you guys tomorrow for the epic disaster / killathon. Get in early and place your bets for who's going to die first.
I've been saving my growth.
You've been so lucky.
Blood.
It's crazy. Keep rolling 1s and 2s and not getting any 5s and 6s. It's just like.
But tune in tomorrow and see how it goes. It's my birthday.
What?
So Pete's not allowed to kill me. Yeah, I'll believe that when I see it.
That's happening.
I can't kill you, but I can give you a present.
Is the present's death?
It might be a chest burster.
Might be cake or death.
Oh no, the cake is a lie.
I wasn't expecting the run on cake that we've had. It's just
We've run out of cake. Sorry. Run out of cake.
Cool.
Because he's getting rolled.
No shit. No shit.
The man stood next to an alien queen with his hands covered in blood, looking up at her, going, well, this is not what I had planned for this evening. All right. Well, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. And we will see you tomorrow. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.